Good morning, guys. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Now that we are officially done with spring break, I have got to get this house picked up, put back in order, and cleaned and wiped down. It just needs like a good wipe down, a good refresh, I guess. We actually took a trip down to my dad's over spring break. It's about a 3-hour drive down south of us. It's still in Illinois, but making the trip down, my kids always pack like pillows and blankets and a bag of stuff, and then I have a bag for drinks and snacks that I pack, and chargers. You cannot forget the chargers. So just piles of stuff all over that just kind of need to be picked up. I do try to stay on top of like the day-to-day mess and the piles, which it's not too much usually. Even taking like 10 minutes and just doing a quick like pickup of piles and stuff can help. I am also not one for clutter and piles. Like, I don't know, it drives me nuts. So sometimes I can't go to bed unless the piles are picked up, or I can't go and start my day unless things are picked up, or I do my normal house pickup. I don't know. I'm just weird like that, I guess, but it drives me nuts if I don't have the house somewhat in order if I'm going to go do something for the day. So anyways, a deep clean of this house. It needs it badly. I've also been trying to stick to doing the whole kitchen cleanup at night. That really doesn't bother me, the dishes and stuff being left out in the kitchen. But oh my gosh, does it make a huge difference in the morning when you're just first waking up and you see a clean house, a clean kitchen. It's just it's a good fresh start to the day. It makes a huge difference when you wake up. So not only did I want to do a quick pickup, but I also wanted to do things like washing the curtains. Everything really needed to be wiped down. My windows needed cleaned, and I was really wanting to get the kitchen appliances like my air fryer. I know my toaster needs cleaned out, just things that you don't really do on a day-to-day. That was on my list to do today. I've been slowly kind of replacing things in our house too, as far as I try not to do the gushers and stuff with the red 40 in it, or the food dyes. So I'm trying to pay attention more to packaging, ingredients and stuff, which I had been before. I started switching out our oils that I use for cooking. Another thing that I've been looking into is an all natural cleaner, which I know you can do Vinegar and baking soda and stuff like that. So that I kind of need to make my own thing, my own cleaning solution for that. But another thing that I really wanting to switch out is my candles and my wax melts. I mean, we live in an old farmhouse. We have animals, so I am constantly lighting a candle, turning a wax melt on. I try not to do the Glade plug-in things, even though they smell so good, but I am constantly doing an air freshener or lighting a candle, making the house smell good. I like that, but I really am wanting to switch to soy candles or soy wax melts. But my issue is I need it to smell strong and I need it to last. So that is kind of what I'm looking into, different brands and stuff. I think that's why I kind of stick to candles more than the wax melts. Also, my children, for some reason, are we 5 still? They like to stick their fingers in my wax melts, and it always gets on wherever they're sitting. There's always little pieces of wax all over, and then it's a pain. I mean, you know how to clean up wax. It's a pain in the butt. And so that, I just try to stick to candles. They're not sticking their fingers in my candles, so I do try to hide where I put my wax melt thing now. But I do like having that on in the living room, where the dogs lay. I don't know. This explanation is going on way too long, but I like my house to smell good. I have dogs. I have animals. We live out in the country, so I feel like I would just love something that is strong, but not bad for you to breathe in. Another thing that I need to kind of be more on top of is Easter is coming up, and I always do a little something for Easter for my kids, but now that they're getting older, I am trying to figure out something to do for not only for their baskets, I'm not going to do like a normal like Easter basket. I think what I'm going to do is make it like kind of like summer stuff that they might need. Like Dalen has been asking for a pair of white Crocs. I might do some like girly stuff, like maybe a new pair of leggings. I thought about hitting up Ross this weekend. My mom is taking me out for lunch because it is my birthday on Friday, the 11th, April 11th. I will be 34 years old. Gross. But my mom's going to take me out. So I thought while we're up there in the area, maybe I could look for some things for the kids' baskets. So some stuff like that for Dalen, maybe Dalton, like a new pair of swimming trunks, like, I don't know, stuff like that they could use. And then I always love going to Five Below to throw some like little candy stuff in there for him, because Five Below has like, I don't know, their candy and like the little trinket stuff that they have there, I feel like my kids really like. So I need to get on top of that badly. This isn't even on anymore. Nope. I can't tell if I'm a fan of this hat or not. Like, I love the hat, but I'm not like a trucker hat kind of girl. We're just going with it, I guess. I'm just a mess this morning. My kids are back in school. We had spring break. I kind of wanted to do a lazy spring break because come summertime, I have a lot of stuff planned that I want to be doing, and I kind of am wanting to step out of my comfort zone a little bit more with things, like plan things. We're not going to be sitting playing Xbox, playing VR, staying inside. 1000%, I am okay with having days like that, but it's not going to be our whole summer. So I'm just trying to like plan ahead, but also plan ahead for myself. I have my mom had asked if I wanted to do a women's conference with her through her church, so she got me all signed up with that. So that's in the next couple weekends. But we are day 2 of this deep clean, which I feel like it was pointless because now my house is dirty again. But what I'm working on today is my kitchen. But I'm tired and I need a G Fuel. So we are gonna make a G Fuel. I ended up buying grapefruit. This is G Fuel, okay? I don't know. Brett heard about it. It's like a, look into it. You can get it on their website or you can get it on Amazon, but it's a really good like energy drink. I do lay off the coffee a lot more by drinking this. Like, it has 0 sugar, but it has a lot of the good, like it has a ton of like vitamin C, vitamin E, B6, B12, I don't know. Just look into it if you want. I don't know what else to tell you about it, but this is what I've been drinking in the mornings. It is 9:30. I have to leave here about 2 o'clock to go get Dalton and Dave from school. So let's see how much we can get done by then with my G Fuel and my podcast. Haven't lost these yet. If you know, you know. Okay guys, I changed my mind again. I feel like I'm all over the place when it comes to like house projects half the time. So it's so hard because it's like Brett and I want to move. Like, we want a more modern house, like one that we don't have to do all the little like fixing up. And I don't know, we're just like, we're ready for that. But I'm telling you, there is like nothing around here that sits on a couple acres. I mean, we have the barn, we have the garage. Like, our house has enough space. The bedrooms are not as big as I would want, but like, I'm fine with the size of like the kitchen, the living room. Like, yeah, I wish things were different, but I just wish that like the house was more modern. Like, I don't know, we've kind of like outgrown the whole fixer-upper thing. So I feel like we're with our property and everything, and we're like really close to town, but we also have no neighbors. So I feel like we're sitting on like a really good property, and I have been looking at houses and stuff, and there's just not a lot of houses. I feel like we're kind of in limbo too. Like, I don't want to pull the kids out of school. Dalton's going to be starting high school. Don't even get me started in a year. So I don't know. I don't know what we're doing with the house. So I'm trying to be smart about what I am doing in the house. So if we are wanting to move, there are little things that I need to be fixing up and putting my time and energy and money into, all the little piddly things that need to be fixed. Like trim needs to go up around the floor. Some trim pieces need to go up in the playroom, like where my office is now, like on the wall. I'm sure you've seen it in the background where it's like a strip of trim is missing. So like things like that. So I've been sitting on this dang pantry redo for a while, and with the amount of work and time and money that it is going to take to kind of redo the pantry to how I want it, I don't know if that's going to be the smartest decision right now. So I've kind of been sitting on like, man, I really want to paint it green and do all that, but I just don't think it's going to be worth it, I guess. So now I am back to what can I do with the pantry? Like I really want to do something with that arched wall, but I'm not sure. Like, do I paint that wall? Do I throw some like pretty wallpaper up and do that? And then just kind of like clean up the pantry a little bit. That's kind of where I'm at with it. So my green pantry is no longer. I'll probably use the paint for something else, but I just feel like not totally gutting it and redoing it is probably, you know, a smart adult decision at the moment. And maybe I'll work on it next year, but I'm kind of bummed. Oh well, it is what it is. I have been really liking my coffee bar. There's like a couple things that I was wanting to add to it, which will just take time because, you know, everything is so freaking expensive right now. So slowly just kind of buying stuff. But I don't know if I told you guys that I had moved the coffee bar. It used to be next to the fridge. I ended up moving it back over in front of the pantry, which I think it works better over there. And my little bougie display case stuff that I have for all of my baking things, I do not regret buying that at all. I don't even remember how much it was. I think it was like $30 or $40 off Amazon. I do love it. I'm a little iffy still on putting like baked goods just like on the shelf. I do muffins and stuff just on the shelf, but if I make cookies or anything, I put it in like a Ziploc bag and then I set the bag in there. I do like that it's all in one spot though, because I am constantly baking and making muffins and stuff for not only breakfast, but I make a lot of like breakfast lunches for my kids or snacks after school. That's a big one. So having everything like right there in one spot on that coffee bar has helped a lot too, just kind of stay organized and keep all of that crap off of the counter. I also ended up grabbing some new measuring cups and spoons from Amazon as well. My old ones, it was really hard for Day to like see the measurements on there. She's been doing a lot of cooking mostly. Like she'll find, I don't know, like random stuff on TikTok. Like she took Cheetos and Doritos and she crushed them up, and then she took a cheese stick and rolled it in an egg, rolled it in the crushed chips, put it in the air fryer, and we had like the best mozzarella sticks for dinner, like with our dinner one night. It was so good. So I'm like, girl, keep it up. Like your recipes are so good. So she finds all these like cool stuff on TikTok, but the issue is that she was having a hard time reading the measurements on my old spoons because they were like, I don't know, they were faded. So ended up buying some new ones, which helped a ton. And then I hate to admit this, but I don't know if I've cleaned that oven out like that in probably a year-ish, maybe longer. So this was my first time trying that like cleaner for it, and it worked really, really well. Getting all of the stuff off the glass. You spray it in there and you let it sit for 10 minutes. And then I just kind of took like soapy water and scrubbed, and then took a paper towel and wiped it off. And it worked really good. And it smells so nice. So that is about it for this deep clean. I hope you guys found some motivation to get your house picked up and cleaned too. enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.